So, one of my students is experiencing some expansion to the technical world and IT world of PC building. Oh, not again. There we go. Why does it do that automatically? Stop doing that. All right. So, we're basically going to. We got plenty of PCs to work on. Yes. Oh no, I have to finish some of these. A 3D Mark score. A 3D Mark score. Well, I'm gonna take you off. We're going to. Hey Grant, this is for you, buddy. Ready to build a computer? Alright. So, we'll need a couple of pieces. Every computer starts with a case. So cases, well, they come in a lot of different forms. And some of them actually are built into the monitor. I know you have a Mac, but many times when you're building PCs, you're kind of looking at one of these towers to hold all those pieces. Let's make a nice one. Let's do this one here. How much money I got? I got enough. So, I'll grab the white one. Yes, very soon, my sir. We just gotta get that Mac turned into Linux, and you'll be able to do everything. Because right now, Mac is not doing so good. It's not being nice. The Apple is a little rotten. A little bit. So, after we get this case, this is just a case, nothing's fancy, right? We need the main board. It is called the motherboard. So, we go to the motherboard section, and this is what they all look like. I probably want to get, let's see, I'll get the Crossfire just in case, so I can basically, in the future, upgrade it with 2 graphics cards. But we're gonna start with a simple one. So we'll start with a motherboard. This is like the main space. This is where everything connects to. It is the mother of all boards. And it is basically in every single computer, laptop, your phone has a motherboard. Every advanced technology will have a motherboard. So, add one to the cart. Next, we need the brain, the CPU processor. Now I gotta remember, right, there's different kinds of motherboards, and I got the LGA, Kaby Lake, which is an Intel-based processor, which is the Intel. You can, yeah, you can add it, and have a mod and these little repeating things too. It's a little different though, because Stream Elements has this add-on for OBS, but it only works on Windows, unfortunately. Which you can like manage multi-streaming, but start with YouTube and work your way up from there. So we're getting the motherboard. We got a LGA Kaby Cake. That's basically just the type of connector the processor should have, which is compatible with our Intel. There's another type. It is the AM4 or AMD based processors. Yeah, you can stream on multiple things, but it's not gonna work because it only works on Windows. So we might have to install Windows on your other Apple. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Some things are only compatible with Windows, so you know, that's a thing. So let's see. I want an Intel base. Let's go with like an i5. We don't need anything crazy. If I had a choice, 6600K or 6600, $5 extra for what? Same frequency? Meh. I'll get the 6600. So the biggest most expensive parts are going to be the motherboard, CPU, RAM not so much anymore, hard drive not even that much anymore, and graphics card for sure. So when you get a processor though, you gotta get a fan for the processor as well. We'll get with the fancy red Arctic freezer. That has to be applied on top of the processor, which we'll see in a little bit. We will need a hard drive. Absolutely necessary. We'll get a... I have 2 of them in inventory, so I'll keep that fine. I do have one of these. Is it working though? Let me see. Is my power supply? No, yeah, this one's bust. I can't use that. Alright, so I gotta get a new power supply. The one I had was broken. So I'll get the Cooler Master again. Good brand. 60 bucks, not too crazy. Got the case. We may want case fans, but we're not gonna like soup it up too much. Normally when you have a lot of graphics cards, that's when potentially you wanna go crazy. Or a high frequency graphics card. Something that generates a lot of heat. So this is a graphics card which is slightly different from that video capture device. Hi Tim, Laza, welcome in, welcome in. I'm gonna go with something simple. Yeah, something simple for now. I'll upgrade the PC later. So, and RAM. I didn't do RAM yet, did I? We'll go with... oh, I don't know. Actually, we want to go with good frequency values. I'll go with the 8 gig 2666 DDR4. Let me see, the motherboard supports DDR4. Also, another thing to remember, when you're building the PC, certain hardware is going to be supported, right? So these are DDR4 compatible. Well, all of them are in this case. Not all will be DDR5, the newest one. I think some of these will be DDR3. Well, I'm still technically doing the storyline. I don't have everything quote-unquote unlocked, so we are kind of starting light. So yeah, I'll grab one of these. So, I mean, accurately enough, you can build yourself a gaming PC for $700-800 bucks, not going too crazy about it. And it would probably cost like $1,000 to get that delivered. Pre-built. They always put like $200-300 bucks on top. So again, motherboard, expensive. We just kind of expensed out on the case itself. So we just did a little bit of extra on that. Intel i5, decent, good. Freezer. So yeah, your main expenses will be basically these 3 bits. And even the graphics card here wasn't too bad. 1030, not the best. Overclocked edition, actually. Oh, we don't have the software yet to overclock it. But that's another thing we'll go over as I unlock more stuff here. And that's about it. That's all the pieces you need for a PC build. Case, motherboard, processor, cooler for the processor, power supply, graphics card, memory. Now, of course, keyboard, mouse, display. You know, we're talking about the extra peripherals that we're not including here. But I'm pretty sure... yeah, and I got a hard drive, and I got a hard drive already, so I don't have to buy one. So, alright, let's go for that. Oh no, that's gonna come back later, ain't it? Alright, well. Let's see what we have here. Diagnose and fix. I don't think I ordered it for the next day. Let's take some of these apart. Actually, this one only needs to be checked out. So let's check with some software. And do some scans on this sucker. Again, USB drives, they don't come with this stuff, but they are adjustable. You can install a bunch of stuff on these USBs nowadays. The idea is you can install tools, operating systems, a whole bunch of different software, and instead of booting up from the hard drive, the main storage device on the motherboard, you boot up from the USB itself, and then you can run all kinds of different things on there. In the future, I want to go over how to basically set up some of these. Oh, okay. How to set up. Interesting. I think the power supply is busted. Yeah, it's not powering on. Alright, so first case scenario, no power, can't turn it on. Gotta be the power supply. So, let's check it out. This is where the case for the power supply is. Gotta grab that one bolt. There we go. Now, again, all of these cables are the power supply cables. Got one for the motherboard, one for the processor, this tiny one for the fan, but the fan technically takes from the big one here, the motherboard. It just passes it over to the fan. The fan doesn't require a lot of actual power. The hard drive is going to get information from the motherboard, but also power from the power supply. So there it is right here, the hard drive cable, which is for the power. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 5. Okay, and then on bigger graphics cards, you will have extra plugs for power, because some of them do take more power, therefore they gotta have extra cables connected. Alright, so I'm gonna take this guy out. Boom, boom, boom. And I do have a separate spare. Oh, fun. There are dust filters too. That's cool. Can actually take the dust filter out? No way. Nice. I'll put it back in. We don't need to take it out. Let's do a power supply. Yeah, it looks like it's bust. Hey, easy fix. Good thing I didn't sell that one. So all we had to do for this one, looks like we had to just replace the power supply. Now the hard part is, you know, we don't have these guided methods, is to remember what you have to plug in. Knowing your own build is going to help a lot. Every motherboard has a motherboard power connector. Every motherboard has basically the pulse, aka the processor power. And we didn't unplug anything else from there. Grab the graphics connector. Nothing will happen if you don't plug in the graphics connector, but it just won't work. Other than that. And we'll take the connected hard drive, throw that in there as well. Let's plug it back in. Alright, now it's working. Nice. Okay, so it looks good here. This one's fixed, ready to go. Glad that was nice and easy. Let's put the parts back together, put the PSU mount. My cat's sleeping in my lap again. Throw that over. Close it up. Power it down and return it to sender. Upgrade 16. Oh wait, I have some parts. Right, I was gonna check out the upgraded graphics. Oh no, which one had to do this? I have to completely... Was it this one? Hold on. Let's see what parts this had. Oh, wrong side. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this was the one. I had to upgrade 2 graphics cards to boost it up. What about the other one I just put away? Was it this one? Oh, I forgot to put the actual case on it. Yeah, see, that one's already dual graphics. Problem was It was really close. There was a bottleneck. Let me try that again. We got a scoring system we use to basically rate computer systems. A lot of different ways you do it. This is a science fiction film. New Pixar trailer. The film is called Hoppers. I think I've heard of it. Alright, so we're gonna run that test on the graphics, see how that worked out. Hopefully it's pretty decent. Other than that, I think I just had to just swap the cards. What cards do they have? The RX 560 OC. Dang, I wish I had that. Wait a minute. Didn't it overheat? Yeah. I need some extra fans for that sucker. That's why it overheated. I think. Hold on. Let's wait for it. So this test basically tries out all different types of rendering for the graphics cards. You can actually get this on Steam as well. It's a well-known application. 3D Mark. And you can install it from Steam and basically set that up to test out whatever. You don't even have to have a graphics card, but you're not going to be very impressed. Alright, so it looks fine. It's not overheating, but I'm really thinking that I need to add some, like, extra fans in here. Because, like, if you really take a look at the details, the processor is filtering air out perfectly. The fan here, pulling air from this giant area. Okay, so that's a 4000 score. Pulling in air and then pushing it out. However, there's no flow down here for the graphics card, which kind of worries me. And what I needed a 4057. I'm 30 points away. What CPU? I hate this. I wish I could just overclock this sucker. Hold on. What graphics card did I just get? 2G Gaming 380, which is, hold on. 380, 980 megahertz, RX 560. I think I checked the part rating too. So 380, and it had a what? 560. So where's 560 in comparison? Yeah, it's down here. Yeah, so it should rate better. So I guess I'm gonna have to upgrade the graphics just because I'm 30 points away, which is horrible. But you know what? Good enough. So dual graphics, let's go for it. Power it down first. Don't unplug anything without the power. Alright, we're just gonna have to take out the power plugs here, and that should be it. Remember, some cases will have this little latch here. You gotta take all these out. It secures everything so it doesn't shake in the computer. Very important. Take these suckers out. Let's do the 380. Oh, that only... yeah, okay. It takes 2 slots. Then... ooh, it's a lot of power parts. Hold on. Am I gonna have enough power ports for this? Think I might. Ah, good. There's plenty of space. Okay, cool. Always got to check that you can match the amount of power going from the power supply to the actual graphics card. The last graphics card had only 1 extra power plug on it. This one has 2. That's the caveat here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so those are in. Let's see the score now. Maybe it should be enough. I hope it's good. It should be way more though. It should be like 4,500 on the 3D Mark scale. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be better for sure. All right, so we'll let that do that. It's gonna take some time. This one, I know for a fact I'm gonna have to take the whole thing apart. Oh, let's go for it. Take the bracket off. I'll need 2 of these, I think, to get that score up. Remember the bolts on the side there. Motherboard cable. SATA hard drive. Oh, it's got 2 hard drives. Nice. Processor power. Fan power. Memory of the RAM. Gotta unclip the sides. God, this case is so tiny. Barely see it. There it is. Alright. Alright, unlatch the AMD Ryzen. What else we've got? Oh, yeah, and fans. Fans are tricky. Many times they'll connect to the motherboard and you will have some extra inputs here. You can see this fan is plugged in right here. So you have these little pins available, but sometimes your motherboard may not have enough. Then there are converters. You can get a converter from the PSU supply that feeds into the fans themselves too. Worst case scenario. Alright, now to unhook our motherboard from this case, because we got to replace the whole motherboard. This one does not support Crossfire, which is a duo graphics card compatible architecture. We basically have to install the other one so we can put 2 graphics card on this sucker. Gigabyte. It isn't Intel. Oof. It isn't Intel, isn't it? Also, the orientation's a little odd. I hope I can fit 2 of them in here. Let's see. It should be. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, so put the bridges on, put the bolts on to lock it in. Remember, the first time we did this, before the motherboard popped on, we gotta make sure we put those standoffs. Little brackets that separate the motherboard from the case itself. We call them bridges because they're basically like a bridge between, and you want to put those there. If you don't put those there, I've seen some people get a motherboard blown out because of basically you're touching a metal case, 2 metal wires on a motherboard. Don't want to do that. Alright, so let's see. CPU processor. Yeah, it's a used one, but I'll use this. Okay, fair enough. Actually, the AMD Ryzen 5 they had was 3400. Let's boost them up with a used i5. And remember, motherboards are very specific to the processor, so always got to make sure you're buying the correct motherboard that's compatible with either Intel or AMD. Don't ever mix them. And the RAM too. That's a key too to remember. At least the RAM is based on a DDR value. DDR 3, 4, or 5. Got to keep that under check. Right, CPU cooling. Let's put that sucker back on. Where's the cable for it? There it is. Connected. Alright, let's try the graphics cards. They should be fine. I'm gonna use the other one from 960s from last time. Nice, nice. Fits like a snug bug in a rug. And we're gonna throw in the second one. Hmm. Why? Oh, it's a SLI. It's not a Crossfire. I don't even have an SLI type motherboard. That's messed up. Hold on, what? Oh, because this... Didn't I just come from that? Hold on. Am I using the wrong one? I think I'm using the wrong graphics card. Hold on. Yeah, it's this one. I messed it up. This one has Crossfire. SLI is another method. There's like 2 or 3 methods for having parallel graphics cards. So we're using Crossfire right now. So, connecting everything together. Solid state drive to the motherboard. Graphic card power to the PSU. Now we gotta make sure that... I think the PSU is gonna be the next thing that's gonna be limiting us. Maybe. Okay. Motherboard to the main motherboard PSU connector. Hard drive to the motherboard. CPU fan. Power supply. Come on, baby, let's go. I'm pretty sure we're good. I think we're fine. Case is already connected, right? Oh, no. Okay, that's just the... That's the power. Okay. Oh, right here. Actual case controller has to be plugged into the motherboard so you can actually press your buttons. There's always that extra cable. A lot of people forget the actual power, auxiliary, and the USB ports. That was that cable we just plugged in. It's just a small set of like 4 or 5 wires. It goes directly into the motherboard so that you can actually activate, you know, turning it on and stuff. Nice LED. I like that. Alright. It's very minimal. Alright, let's test this out because I gotta run a 3D benchmark on this too. Get the score up to 3,300 and freaking 15. Should be enough. Should be way more than enough. I think I'm packing this guy with some good power. And there's the air. Alright. Fans. We need more fans. So I gotta mount some up front. Maybe mount some on top. I think the front side's gonna be fine. Basically, if nothing's changed, you've upgraded your system, and then you see, hey, something's wrong, there's an error, blue screen especially, more than likely, we're overheating. Specifically, because, well, we just pumped in 2 graphics cards, and there's only 1 fan. So, like, over here in this corner is probably getting heavy hot, especially with so much. If you can really tell by the amount of power connectors plugged in how much like heat your graphics card is going to generate. If you don't have to plug any extra graphic card power slots, you don't even have to worry about extra fans. But if you got to plug in 1, it's alright. 2 and then 4 for a total, then you got to think about extra fans. So let's get some case fans. Oh, what's his rig like? Let's see. Red. Let's go with red. Match the customer's preference. Oh, we can change? Oh, cool. 69 CFM. You want to get big size. The more flow, the better. I'm going to get probably 2 of these should be enough. I'm probably going to have to order them for tomorrow. Oh, did it do next day? Okay, fair enough. Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, wait. Lol. I forgot the RAM. Hold on. Dirt? Hey, guys. Why my computer not work? Ooh, I forgot the RAM. Alright, let's throw that RAM card. Again, every time you add RAM, consider the location closest to the CPU first. That's going to be the fastest connection there. In many cases, going to be the slot number 1. Let's try it again. Alright. Alright. Now we run our little software. Uh-oh. Clock, watchdog, timeout, detected omega shutdown, prevent damage. Yeah, I mean, that's a tiny computer. What can we do? Can we add some fans on top? Yeah, we might have to add some fans on top. Ooh-wee. Okay. Alright. I mean... Let me see. Dust filter. Or potentially upgrade the fan on the cooler. If we direct it outward, it might help. Wait a minute. Why is this... Okay. Issue. This fan's pulling in air. There's no fan that's taking air out. Look at the cups on these fan blades. They're pulling in air. That's weird. I did not see that before. Alright, let's see. Let me see if I can rotate this guy. Because you have a choice on which direction you put your fans on. And that's very interesting that would be a part. Can I rotate it? No, it's not gonna let me. Because I have bolts on this side too. Hold on. Why do that? No, it's not letting me actually rotate it. That's not cool. Alright, what if I do... I guess I can do that. That one now, that's pulling air out. Yeah, okay, so I guess I gotta get 2 more fans for this guy. The orientation would be able to basically let me pull it out one way. Let me see what size he has. It's a 40 CFM, 120 millimeter. Yeah, I'll get 2 more of these. I'm just spending money left and right today. Alright, so I won't be able to fix this. You need more fans. You need more fans. All of y'all need fans. I'm gonna skip to the next day. Oh, yo. Got any ideas on the MC? Ah, Minecraft. Yeah, true. Grant, are you in here? You were in here earlier. I think he left again. Not too sure, but let me, I can send you a message on what my server is so you can drop in. Let me see where it was. This is PC Building Simulator. Basically can teach you everything, well, by trial and error. You gotta do the research yourself or watch someone like me show you the details. But you're able to build and customize PCs, all kinds. Wait a minute. But you can get it on Steam. PC Building Simulator. Telling me this isn't gonna work? Oh, okay. There we go. Alright, so we gotta add that extra outflow. Because the heat's not leaving. That's the problem. The heat is not leaving the case. And we got 2 graphics cards in this teeny tiny little sucker. No wonder it's overheating. It's not free. I think it's 20 bucks, but you get to play with like overclocking, actually playing with the water cooling, overclocking, like megahertz sort of matching of a lot of technicals. I'm not even used to overclocking myself, but basically matching the system clock to the overclock. Oh no. Alright. Hold on. Oh, I'm dumb. I didn't even plug in any of the freaking fans. Hold on. I just mounted them. Smart me. I'm gonna chain these fans together. Alright, let's try again. But yeah, it's 20 bucks, but it basically build any system and it gives you a good run. So I've always loved this. Alright, what now? It's not it. I'm starting to think potentially it's the power. I need to... Doesn't seem like it would be enough for 2 graphics cards. OS RX 560. Did it say the watts on that card here? Is it 560? Yeah. Crossfire 75, 75. Processor about 50, that's 200 there. The fan chain, the 2 hard drives. Yeah, I'm starting to think it's a PSU. Not enough space on it. I didn't get all the pieces, right? Case fans? No. Alright, so I will need... I almost feel like just upgrading the case. It's so freaking tiny and annoying. Alright, what about you? All you should need is just extra fans. That should outflow. It's a good trial and error without actually destroying a PC. Especially when you're experimenting with different combinations of stuff. Alright, so that should run most of the test until it gets to the end. This one... Power supply. Do I have a better one? I do. I do. Did I get it for you, though? You have a 400. Ooh. Well, let's try out this one first. So let's see if upgrading the power supply will give us enough oomph. To get us from that blue screen of death. The more cables, the more peripherals you have, it just gets to be such a headache trying to put everything back together. Thankfully, this game actually highlights some of them, so it doesn't let you forget sometimes. And then up here. Then over here. Connect this back to the drive. I don't know why I disconnected you. Alright. Let's try now. Jeez. This one's confusing. No! Not this one too. This doesn't need a connection. Anyway, I wanted to build a new PC out of all this, but I still have all this crap to work through. So I'm probably gonna have to restream with like an empty set. Actually, hold on. Let me see. Let's build one from scratch. Free build. This is the free build. Hope it doesn't start me from the beginning. Okay, cool. Nice. Oh my god! Wait, hold up. Ooh, shiny. Okay, so I have to build my PC. What do I got? Wow. Wow. Got everything? Ooh, well, why not just hack everything and cheat and build? Okay, I want to build on this sucker right here. Let's do it. This one looks beautiful. Love glass plates. Ooh. Oh, it's one of those. Yeah, just like freeform open. Alright, alright. So where do we begin? What do you think? Well, we gotta throw in the motherboard. Well, let's see. Is it on this side? Let's get all sides open. And that's the thing too, so many cases out there, you can actually practice. Yeah, it's gotta be on this side. It's too bumpy on this side. Hard drives are gonna go here. And we're probably gonna have the motherboard on this side. Alright. Crossfire and SLI. There we go. These are the things I haven't upgraded. Alright. Why the heck not? ASRock. Let's go. Huge motherboard. Lots of bridges. So you gotta make sure we place the bridges down again so they are not... They basically separate the motherboard from the case. Don't want to touch metal to metal. Not a good thing. In fact, one thing you don't get to see here is handling of the actual hardware. You normally only grab the corner edges. You don't even put your full finger on it. So you would like grab the motherboard from the side. I would not recommend pinching it. Not a good idea. So you would essentially like a clamp from the side. Best case scenario. Or you can like handle it from like one of these right here where the input ports are. There's like big metal slot here. You could potentially hold that. But I would not touch anywhere. That's a nice board, yo. Look at that. All camouflagey and shit. Nice. Alright. Next, what do we use? AM. Alright, let's get a PC processor. Incompatible. So this one's an older. Let's see. Threadripper. Oh, no kidding. Dude, there is a special board for those. Dude, I want to build a Threadripper later. Alright, so we throw it in there. I think I forgot something. I remembered now. I didn't put the freaking thermal paste on the fan, did I? Oh no, I'm a retard. Oh no. I think I remember that's why it's overheating, because the stupid process, at least the smaller one's overheating because of that. I don't know the bigger one. Let's do the 80. How do I want the orientation? It's going to pull air from the inside of the case and take it to the outside. This should be fine. Oh, we haven't even unlocked piping in the career mode. We can actually throw in pipes for water cooling. That's sick. So this will normally be a cable that's just hanging out on your case. That's going to be the, again, controller module. Always going to be just a random cable hanging out on the case. Goes right in to the motherboard. Alright, good. Well, red means we need a power supply. Give me something big. Let's go for 850. We're going to max this guy out. Wait, was there two places I can put that? No. Oh, that was a screen. Okay. If there was like multiple mounting points, no, that was definitely the screen. That would be interesting. Never seen a case with more than one mounting location for the PSU. It's gotta be some origami type stuff. Alright, so we got that. we'll need we got the graphic no, we got that, we got memory here. DDR4. Max that out. It's not as rewarding when you get to work for these parts. You know, when you build other people PCs, get that money in. This is like freebies over here. It's not as rewarding. But hey, we're here for the fun. So, gonna put in through. Again, 1 and 3 are pairs on the RAM. 2 and 4 are pairs on the RAM. If you want to optimize the way your RAM runs, not that it's gonna make a big difference on the case of it running or not, but 1 and 3 slots correlate on a connected motherboard level, and then 2 and 4, they're paired up. So if you don't have, a lot of people will just try and snug them all on one side, but it's going to be slightly less effective. Storage it up. Yeah, that's SSD. Give me a solid state. HD. Give me a M2. Hey, ooh, can we put that sucker somewhere? No, this board doesn't have it, doesn't it? Nah, this board, oh. What? Is it underneath the board? What? Hold on, what? Oh, no, it's right there. Yeah, alright. So, some new boards are gonna have a little teeny tiny kind of sideways connector. We can slide the M2 drive. M2 is amazing, by the way. You put a bridge on here too. You gotta make it stand up. You slide it into that location, and then you screw down the bridge so it doesn't move. This is a hard drive. Welcome to the future. Forget those giant pieces of crap. I have M2 on my laptops, on my PCs. That's the best, and it runs AI smooth, especially when you have the model. It needs to get pulled out from the hard drive into RAM. Amazing. Boots up in a monster second even. Alright, so M2 is all I need for this one. Nice. And let's soup it up with some graphics cards. Wait. Well, this probably is gonna be like, God, I don't know if the prices are updated, to be honest. You saw that, right? The prices are probably super old, to be honest. Oh, what's this? Oh, the custom water cooling. That's a whole little section. Beautiful. The prices are probably way back like 10 years, 5 years ago. Technology continuously get better and better, right? So like now you can get most of these things for half, unless tariffs go crazy and you're in the US. M4 or M.2s as far as hard drives go, one of my favorite types. I do a lot of data processing, and the speed of the memory that you can pull out of this sucker is basically the same level as like a RAM card. In fact, if you take a M2, and you know how Windows, Linux, they basically like allocate 16 gigs of virtual memory, bro, that stuff actually works like regular memory. It's maybe slightly less good as like real RAM, because the distance matters. The hard drive's way over here and the RAM's over here. So because the RAM is right next to the processor, there's like a very small length of wire that connects these two together. So that would be like the case where, yeah, RAM is going to be better. But if you make like a virtual RAM on a M2 drive and then it's basically, yes, the RAM is in the first and third slot. Normally they are connected on the sequence, and the second and the fourth drive are connected. It's a very slight optimization, but it's enough to basically wire those two directly, and they will have direct contact. A lot of people do them snug, one next to another, but the way that the motherboards are normally formed, think of like the binary action. The first and third are connected, and the second and fourth are connected in the sequence. No, that's fine too. That's fine too. 2 and 4 is good. It basically is like on the same line. If you do circuitry, I used to do circuitry in computer science. The way that they have them laid out is they're parallel, right? When you have parallel, they basically run at the same time. So 1 and 3 are parallel and 2 and 4 are parallel. And then 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 are in series, so they kind of like go one after another. That's basically the construction of it. But 1 and 3, 2 and 4. I don't even think 2 and 4 is going to be much of an issue. Maybe because 1 will be the first hard to go through. Maybe if you think like physics and the minuscule level of friction. Computer science is actually, yeah, it's coding. Computer engineering would be like the full level going into like heavy details on like circuitry. Computer science, we had like an intro and two on the circuitry and or gates, basically how we formulate logic in a hardware sense. But most of the computer science stuff was like our project was to create our own compiler and our own programming language on top of it. So for computer science, it does focus directly on the software side of things. So if you want to make robots, that's engineering. Engineering would be the best case for you. And then you'd still have coding as a essential that you're going to be using. But you're not going to you're not going to need crazy efficiency. Mechatronics, fair. I mean, heck, you can make it with like an Arduino and learn how to make how to program those little cards. So computer engineering, more the hardware side, computer science, the software side. But honestly, not a lot of software side because everyone thinks we can just keep on throwing higher grade like hardware onto our PCs and that's just gonna suffice. That's gonna be efficient enough for not having to care if our operating systems are good or not. That's why like if you take a Windows PC and then you just reinstall it with Linux, it runs like 10 times faster because Linux is optimized on so many levels in the software side. But you know, Windows doesn't care so much anymore. And with one point, Windows Vista. Fair. Windows Vista was taking up like, oh my god, 12 gigabytes of hard drive space for nothing. It was just horrible. It was bad on the efficiency. And you can run like a Linux with like 2 or 3 gigabytes of space. Yeah. AM5? You mean like the motherboard? Let me finish this up. Hold up. Graphics card. That's beefy. But AMDs, do we have any... What's the latest on the NVIDIA side? Radeon, all AMD. Jeez. RX. 2080? Really? The 2080? 2060? Yeah, this is an old, man. This card 1080? Sheesh. 1600, 6800, that's an AMD. 6700, also AMD. They got a lot more AMD pieces on here than they do NVIDIA. But this also, the game itself comes with expansions, so I'm sure that comes in. Alright, let's go with the Vega. I'm gonna need... I'll do one for now. I don't want to like bust it. Let's see. We'll see. Let's see how that works. Yeah, I think again, because like I'm limited to the parts based on like, because this has a lot of expansions. Hold on, I haven't even built the computer for this. I gotta enter the computer, but I can't. I have to look at the store to see what we have as far as available parts. Let me, so I think the highest one I saw was AM4, at least on the motherboard side. Let's connect some stuff together. But with the expansions on the game itself, let me see what kind of expansions they have. So I'm running Linux right now. Linux meant to be specific. So if I go to the store page, look at that. They have so many things. EVGA workshop. And they give you more parts. Overclock UK. I guess they give you like new locations too. They gotta give you more parts too. Brand new overclockers. New workshop gummy bears? Nah. That can't be the full arsenal. I don't like music with lyrics. Not when I'm talking. No, this is just kind of... No, it doesn't look like parts come with this. I gotta open up the store. I don't do giveaways particularly to these types of games, but I do essentially, as a teacher, I do tutoring. But that's in the future. Not currently at the moment active. With more users, I essentially teach mathematics, programming, and things like that. And I wanted to give away a free hour every month for a year once I hit 1,000 followers. And then I'll basically have, I think I'll do like 3 or 4 students. Yeah, fair. True. The prices, I believe, would be. I don't remember the last time they updated this. I remember playing this like 5 years ago, though. And I was just doing PCs all day. Not all of them here particularly, right? Some of the students come through. I've had for a long, I mean, I've only really been doing this channel actively for last year. This year I started again. I used to do this before I even was teaching, and I was just doing Linux-based videos, but that was in like 2010. My current one, well, my PC, oh shoot, let's see. It's a 570, really old actually, on this one that I have. I have a 3070 laptop though. Let me see where that thing is. LASCT. Wait for it. Maybe, okay, there we go. So yeah, the RX 570, this was the Red Devil that I did, actually did a review on a long time ago. I used to write for journalism. Give or take, but it really depends, man. I mean, especially lately, notice I'm playing a Steam game on Linux. That didn't happen. That would not be possible 5, 10 years ago. You know why it's possible now? Steam OS. That little Steam Deck everyone's trying to get, that's like an experimental little Linux system. Yeah. But I mean, I don't even need Microsoft Office, you know, you've got yourself LibreOffice, it's the same thing. Or if you do like Google and stuff like that. Nice, same. I got Kali. I know what you're dealing with. Metasploit, Arrow Dump. That's why I have another game I have that I play once in a while. I haven't done it for a bit, well, like a week. Is Greyhack. Basically a Linux hacker emulator. Super fun. You get to go online, connect on this like virtual network, and you basically like hack each other. Like it's not like real life hacking, but it's like a pretty cool simulator. It's got arrow crack, arrow dump, and it's got like a lot of like Metasploit. It even uses like the naming convention of all like the typical hacking mentalities, right? Like Metasploit is what you would use to normally hack any software. Once you find an exploit or a weakness in a specific memory module, arrow dump, you'd use that to hack Wi-Fi. You know, I used to back in the day. WEP was the first one I did. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, give it some time, man. But you essentially can't work with them. You can also probably find them out there somewhere. Hint, hint. There's probably ways you can do it. What's this one? This one's not running. So yeah, there's my specs on my hard drive at least. Force quit that. Sorry, hard drive, graphics card. Processor, Ryzen 5 5600X 6 core. Memory, 32 gig. Flat pack, 48 GNOME. Yeah, air replay. Use a little air replay to prompt the router to go crazy. You can actually like interfere with people's the Alpha Y. I have an Alpha. Yo, hold up. It's old as F though. Check this sucker out. I had to tape it together because it was falling apart. You know, you know. Thanks, man. Like and subscribe, man. I do a lot more different type of computer tech. Math too if you want. But, come chill. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly. Look, I had to put tape on this sucker because it was falling apart, but it still works like a charm. Uh, that was it that one? No. I actually had a ThinkPad, really tiny ThinkPad. This one's the Atheros chipset. So this one was the one with packet injection. Oh, which model? Uh, I'd have to take the tape off. Let me see. I wouldn't even tell. But you know what? You know what the next level is? I don't know what model. I can't figure it out. The next one was the little flipper. You know what a flipper is? The little flipper orange guy. I have a little card for that too, which basically replaces that alpha. So you can basically do packet injection with that too. It's pretty cool. Fun little device to play with. You can basically stop people's internet, even if you don't like interfere with the actual Wi-Fi. Yeah, yeah. Especially if it's like an Apple, it has that Air, the Apple, what is it, remote, like exploit. You just start, put a little button in, download the app, turn it on, boom. No, I mean, you have a little store. The Flipper has a store. I mean, now it's a little bit filtered than before because it's got a lot of heat. Like people using that sucker to like get into smart cars and stuff like that, which is horrible. Use it as a toy for fun. Don't be like going crazy with it. Um, Hold on. Am I good? 1, 2, 3, 4. I will check it. Let's see. Oh, no, well, yep. I need my USB. Need to install an operating system. Do a little Omega OS. Amiibos, the emulators? Ah, right. Oh, okay. So he did modifications. Alright, let's see what the 3D mark on this is. Wow, that installed quickly. That's that M2 power. Nice. Oh, yeah. You can, I mean, heck yeah, you can connect all kinds of games and basically, like, cheat code your way through, hack the game, and get some extra functionality out of them. Looking good, looking good. So if this is the PC I'm gonna use for the main, then we can take a look at the what we have as far as online motherboards. They gotta have an AM5. This was an AM4, so interestingly enough. Just because general streaming, it takes about 10 seconds for any sort of it actually takes 10 seconds for me to stream to you. It's the latency in the process. So it takes a little bit of time. Looking good. Ooh, beautiful. I did download this too. Let me check mine. Let me see. See, because I have mine 3D mark right there. I'm gonna cut the game off in a bit after, and I'm gonna do a local. Nope, I guess not. Damn, that one. Nice. CPU test. Quad core. I mean, just the quad core was a score of 3.7. That graphics card definitely pumped it up heavy. Nice. Alright. So let's use that as our desktop. Can I go into BIOS? Hold on. Is it gonna let me go into BIOS? Because last time I checked, but it didn't let me. Delete. No! Ah, there's my 3D mark. Wait for it. See, this is the actual like running system that you can test on your local PC. It's an actual application. I'm gonna do a quick test on that a bit. Yeah, try and hack me, hack the box. They are kinda like decent. They're not live, and you can't actually, I guess, enjoy a game-like experience with them. The only problem there. Why isn't it opening up my game anymore? Yeah. Ah, interesting. Cinnamon crashed. Going back to basic. There we go. Let's see, part rankings. Oh, there's a GPU tuner for the overclock. Where's that shop? There's no shop here? I guess we basically have everything then. There's not even a shop to look at. Alright. But then, what parts are available? Biggest one, 3090. Okay, so they go up to 3090. My laptop is a 3070 Ti, I think it was. Dang, you're down here. It helps you learn about the parts too. There's so many parts. Something around this here. Anyway. Let me see. Call it out of here. Let's try out this guy. I'm gonna run it on my PC. So I'm gonna test my own PC after playing that PC building sim. Curious what I'm gonna get. Probably not a great score. This is pretty old system. But it is on Linux, so it might get a little bit of a boost. A little bit. I'm using a regular hard drive though, unfortunately. Oh, results missing. What the heck? I thought I bought this sucker a while ago. Did it not actually run the base one? No. Anyway, I think I'm done. I'm done for now. Wanted to build some PCs. I'm gonna go play some 7 Days to Die now. Thanks for joining. Like, subscribe for more tech, math, programming, coding, all kinds of juicy things.